Hey guys, how you doing again? We're back, and this has been a work in progress, the video as far as the irrigation the irrigation installation for my raised beds, okay? And I want to finalize by showing you guys how to actually install the drip tape if you guys are choosing to do so. What we have here is a box from the dripdepot.com. I believe it's dripdepot.com, where I got a kit and then I modified it to my specific needs as far as the number of raised beds that I have, how many square footage of main line I needed to dig under the driveway here. But today, just to finalize, we're gonna go ahead and install a little bit of drip tape for you guys, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to do this. It seems complicated, right? It's not. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in here. We're gonna create 3 different rows of actual drip tape here. Let me bring in on this side right there. All right, so you got your drip tape, and this is my first time using it, but I think it's pretty cool. And the kind that I've ordered is 3/4, no, this is 1/2 inch drip tape, and every 6 inches is an actual emitter that just comes out, or drip portion of the tape, if you will. So you do need a couple tools to do this, and of course I don't have them because I was using them. Hold on. All right, so I found them. All it is it's a cutting tool to go ahead and cut your drip tape according to the length that you want it, and then there's this puncturing tool for your main line, so you can tap into it. So when you order these things, it's really cool. You get these packets of whatever it is that you need or you want, and what I've done is I've ordered a couple cutoff or shutoff valves, if you will. The shutoff valve is what taps into the main line, and then the other end, let's just show you as we do it here. The other end is what you're going to go ahead and use to tap into the actual drip tape. Give it a good twist. I guess if you were to leave this out in the sun, it could be a little bit more pliable and easier to work with, but for all intents and purposes, we ain't doing that. And then you just secure it pretty snug. You take your little hole punch, and then you can, that's what's cool about this main line and having it the way I have it set up, coming from the main line underground. We have a shutoff valve here that runs. We got an elbow. It tees off to the main line of my other beds, but we got an elbow up here, and I run one main line across the bed, and I've got an end cap here, okay? And I could put however many pieces of drip tape I want, depending on the vegetables that we're growing. Now, this is a huge tip. Install your drip tape before you plant your seeds, or before you plant whatever transplants you're gonna be doing. And the reason why I say that, I'm bad at this camera stuff, I tell you what. The reason why I say that is because we went ahead, me and the old lady, we put down our carrot seeds already, and I'm about 2 weeks late for that anyways, but better late than never in my opinion. And we made the mistake out of habit from the previous year of sowing the seeds perpendicular to the bed and perpendicular to where I want my drip tape to go. But that's fine, I ain't worried about it. As long as we get some water in it finally and I don't have to water this anymore, I'm gonna go ahead and create 4 pieces of drip tape here, 2 on this left hand and 2 on the right hand. That way we get plenty of water down here. But you just take this little tool, you punch a hole right into it, you take the piece you've connected to your drip tape, and you just plug that sucker right in there. And that's it for this side. Then what you do is you take an end cap piece, just like this, come to the end of your bed, and you can stretch out your drip tape here. What I like to do, what I've started to like to do, is I'm gonna leave a little bit of slack here, or I'm gonna let this overhang a little bit, okay? I'm gonna take my cutters, and the reason why I'm letting it overhang is in case, see how it's nice and tight, or taut, however you wanna say it. If I wanna leave it on the surface, that's fine. It'll be there nice and neat on the surface, right? Where a lot of the water for seedlings you want, not necessarily deep under the ground, okay? But if you want to bury this drip tape, leave yourself, you know, a couple inches. That's going to give you a little room to go ahead and bury this a little bit. So I always come out about 2 inches. I cut it in between the 6 inches of the drip tape right here. And what that's going to allow me to do is go ahead and put the end cap here. Just going to snug that right in there as soon as I can. Just twist it in there. You want to make sure this stuff is secure, okay? And then you tighten down, or reverse thread it. Make sure that's tight, so if you ever get too much built up pressure, the cap doesn't go flying the other way. And then make sure your end cap is nice and tight. So I've got a little room here. If I want to bury this into the ground, I can. For all intents and purposes right now, I'm going to go ahead and leave that there, and I'm going to go ahead and connect the other 4 lines. All right, so after you guys go ahead and get your drip tape installed, plugged into your main line, you got your shutoff valves over here, you got your end caps placed in. Whether you choose to bury this, great. You don't have to use any of these, okay? These are little tie down stakes, if you will. If you don't bury it, you will want to go ahead and secure that. That way, the drip tape isn't blowing all around, because we get 80-mile-per-hour winds here in El Paso. So, you know, there's no rule of thumb on where to put these. You just put them wherever you want, so that you know that your drip tape is nice and secure. You can put as many as you want. You can put as little as you want. As you can see, I put 4 here. I put 2 on that one. Just really depends on what you want to do and how you want to do it. And also your budget. You guys hear that? All right, so you want to obviously run your irrigation system and test to make sure everything is coming out properly. The end caps don't fly off everywhere. And you want to make sure your shutoff valves, there's no leaks. What I will recommend is, after you run your irrigation system, you want to come back out here, you know, every 15-20 minutes, however long you want. Pick a time. You can even do it the next day. You want to double check your irrigation system. Make sure none of the end caps on the main line are leaking or have come off. And same thing with your drip tape inside the actual garden bed. Make sure all your end caps are in place once you have your irrigation running. And give you guys a close-up here of how everything's working. You can see the drip coming off there. And everything's getting nice and wet. And if you want, the reason why we added these little shutoff valves, if for some reason I don't have anything planted on, say, the far side, we can go ahead and turn that off, and you can see the water will stop coming out of this particular line on that whole side, but everything else is working. And if I want to shut the whole bed off, we have this coupling here, this shutoff valve for the whole bed. And the whole bed will shut off. All All right, so that's pretty much it on how to do this irrigation installation. This was a long video, I know. I thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I know this is a lawn care channel, but I love doing a little gardening on the side, okay? And I love to help out my El Pasoans here in West Texas on how to build some raised beds, install an irrigation system so that you guys like me, if you're too busy and you don't have time to sit out here and water each bed for 1.5 minutes or 3 minutes every single other morning, you can do this, okay? It's very simple. We got main line dug, we've got irrigation lines installed, we've got the spring transplanting coming around the corner, so you guys stay tuned. I got a lot of videos coming up in regards to gardening, primarily lawn care, because this is a lawn care channel, on how I teach homeowners here in El Paso and the United States for that much to grow grass and have the greenest lawn on the block. Feel free to leave me a comment below, and always don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check you guys later.